Hello, hello, hello.
What's going on, good people?
Hey, y'all.
We had to run and go get some vittles.
Let's get some din. So y'all gonna have dinner with us tonight, or at least with me.
Welcome in.
Hello.
Hello. Thank y'all for pulling in and pulling up. And
Who we got in the room today?
let's see. All right, y'all. Let's see who we got in
Something
here.
on this one?
Let's see. Computer.
Hello.
Welcome in. Thank y'all for coming in.
Good evening.
Who we got in here? Let's see. We have Roshonda. EJ! What up, Mike? EJ! What's going on, Doc? What's up, y'all? Hold on. We got an echo.
We had to go grab some dinner.
Man, we cooling, man. I see you out in these streets, Dr. EJ. I see you. Hey, y'all go follow my man, Dr. EJ Simpkins. He is one of my closest friends. We go way back. He is an amazing, solid dude. So y'all go pull up and follow him and get on this content because he got some good stuff popping. So we talking about marriage stuff, marriage life. I love. Hey, yeah, we. Man, come on, man. Yeah, y'all gotta go follow the doctor. So tonight we were talking about some topics to talk about, some things to talk about. Feel free if anybody want to come up and kind of ask us some questions. Hey Queen,
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
feel free if y'all want to come up and throw us some questions about being married. Like, you got to scoot over. You ain't in the screen. I don't want nobody to think I'm on here with somebody different because they can't see your face. You are blessed. Thank you, baby boss, for the follow. Thank you.
Come on in the room.
Come on in the room.
Let's talk about marriage.
And we're going to talk about marriage, talk about relationships, talking about can't come up, but I want to say thank you for your words of wisdom. Can't come, you can't come up because you're busy, or you can't come up because you don't got enough followers. Because you can come up without your camera on. Thank you for the follow. Hey, and y'all go follow. Oh, yes, ma'am. We get it. Y'all go follow my wife on her TikTok at Lou Ball. So she can get her weight up in these TikTok streets.
LOUBALL. I'm trying to get on here. Let's get these likes up. What's happening? That's loud.
Oh, let me get my charger, y'all. So y'all, yeah.
How do you come up without a camera? You just
We can just
request?
we can request, and because you don't have that, you could be you just get an invite or request to come up, and it'll just have your picture on there. So we are okay. I come up real quick. All right, let me shoot you a Let me shoot you a invite. There you go. I just shot you an invite. Let's get some volume.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
I just wanted to say blessings to you all. And I follow Pastor Maurice when he's on. I watch you all. I watch on Sundays sometimes. And I follow when you all have Kay Short and the other ladies. And they were talking about dating. And this was a year ago. I was in a place where I was starting to date, and Pastor Maurice was saying when you're not ready to date, and I found out that I was not ready to date, and I took his advice, and it's been a year, and he told me that I was being used as, I don't know what is the fruit at the bottom of the tree.
Oh, low hanging fruit.
Oh.
Yes, and that stuck with me. So I cut everything off before the year that year started. Wow. We didn't go on no dates. We didn't do supposed to have been like the first coffee date. That never happened. And when he said about the low hanging fruit, I said, okay, so that's me. So let me work on me. So I just wanted to give you your props and say that you all are just real. I appreciate both of you. And we do take what you all say, for the majority of us, we take what you all say seriously. And I wanted to say, continue to do what you're doing and allowing the Lord to lead you, because it's needed and appreciated.
Wow.
Well, we appreciate you pulling up and giving those kind words of wisdom and encouragement. And I'm glad that you came in and you at least, stop by and said hi to us. I know you busy, and anytime we're on, feel free to come up and contribute to the conversation, because you have something to contribute. You have something of value that adds to the conversation. So we appreciate you coming in, and anytime, Queen, anytime.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much. Blessings to you all.
Blessings
Yes,
to you
ma'am.
as well.
Bless you.
Bye-bye.
Tap is the auto tapper. Okay, y'all. We still trying to get our stuff situated. We decided to go get something to eat.
Yes. All of this.
I think because it thinks that I was on, so it won't let me. Like,
Because I can't see.
okay.
Hey, Bam.
All right, y'all.
Hey, Sugar.
There we go.
He messing with the screen.
We having some technical difficulties. So we're gonna keep it moving and forget about the technical difficulty. Hey, Miss Bam. Sugars. Come on up, Miss Bam. Can you invite yourself up and you know who we can ask up? We're gonna get the good doctor up here. EJ, go ahead and accept that request.
He liked to just randomly. All right. You was in very good company, Miss Bam. What were y'all doing?
DJ, what's up?
What were y'all doing? Hanging with my sorors.
Oh, okay. I see. Come on up, Miss Bam. Coach V. Oh, she is in the. Let's go. Let's get Coach V in here. Oh, you invite.
Hey,
Hey,
Shoes. Hey.
DJ.
Hey.
So
Oh, my
I was,
goodness. God bless you all. God bless you. Amen. This is the day the
Hello,
Lord has
Pastor.
made. We will rejoice and be glad. God bless
Yes,
you.
we will.
Come on, Reverend.
As he calls you, Reverend Doctor.
Reverend Doctor.
Well, you really Reverend Doctor now.
Like for real, for real. Man, Miss Bam, hey, Miss Bam, meet my good friend. He is an amazing. This is my homeboy, a good
Pleasure
friend
to
of mine.
meet you.
My child Friday. He wants to.
God bless you.
Yeah, so Lou, they were having a get together with some young ladies. I was setting up the birthday cake, and they just happened to be there, and they are amazing women.
Now, aren't they?
My heart
You should
is
think about going
adopted.
grad chapter.
Aren't they
What's that?
just amazing?
I said you should think about going grad chapter.
He talking too much right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll, yeah. Well, this is our
Listen.
child,
This is Isaiah.
the
Hi,
baby.
Isaiah. Oh, he's so
He
handsome.
look like his mama.
The
Wait a minute,
baby.
Hold on.
No, he looked like his daddy.
Wait a minute. Oh.
He is not a child. That is a grown man.
I said, I am a grown man.
The baby.
I'm a grown
I
man.
was
Don't he look like his mama? Don't he look like me? Don't he look like me?
No.
He's
He is a good
gorgeous.
mixture.
He's a
You both, I
perfect
tell you, I
blend of
remember when
both
he
of
was a
y'all.
baby.
50-50. Good.
Well, he
All right,
done,
man.
he done with us now. He got to go do his grown man thing.
Okay. Okay. You gotta get it.
Listen, I'm going to jump
Oh,
off
we
here.
got-
I'm going to be down in the comments. I've got some coconut
Okay.
pecan frosting to make.
Okay.
I
Well,
got
we
German
always
chocolate cake
enjoy
that's
when you
getting ready
come
to go
up.
out.
We always enjoy when you come up, and you know you always welcome to be a part of anything that we're doing.
I love y'all and I thank God for y'all.
Love you more.
It
Love
was
you
a
too,
pleasure
Miss
meeting you.
Bam.
Love you more. I know you said you had a lot of cakes to make, right? You cooking,
Listen, I've
baking?
had a big weekend this weekend, so I
Wow.
love it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh well, real quick before you get off, hey y'all, if y'all haven't got Bammit Brittle, go to her website and order you some Got Bammit Brittle. That's the name of it.
Listen, hit me up
Put
in
it
my
in
DMs.
in the comments.
I've got a Christmas special going on right now. You get 8 ounces. You purchase 8 ounces, you get 4 on me.
Wow.
Okay. And the brittle is the bomb.
Delicious.
It is the bomb, y'all.
Delicious.
Thank you. So just hit me up in my DMs and I will send you the
For
information.
brittle, y'all.
Yes.
For brittle.
Love y'all. Thank you, God,
Don't
baby.
get her DMs for anything else other than brittle. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just, just living life, trying to finish up teaching this semester seminary and, just making it do what it do, man.
Were you in the space shuttle?
No, this is my man cave, bruh. This is the man cave.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did look like a shuttle.
It did. Yeah, it looked like I was like he.
What's
he
that
is
right
space.
there? What is that?
That is
that's
Green Bay. Come on
is
now.
that?
Green Bay Packer thing.
You
Oh,
better believe it.
no.
Oh, listen, all day long. You better believe it. Green Bay.
Ah,
Goodness.
Green Bay. Green Bay.
oh, I get it. I have some Ohio State stuff that I took down.
Detroit.
Yep,
Lions,
yep.
baby.
So man,
Man,
what's been
oh,
up, man?
Y'all doing
So-
good this year too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so normally what we do, we get on here and we just talk about married stuff, man. We talk about married life, the ups, the downs, the frills, the thrills, the highs, the lows. And we just let people throw questions out at us. And because in this space there is not a lot of examples. And so we just try to be we try to be the example. And so, man, we just hang out on here for a few minutes. Doc in the building,
And DOC, Doctor.
the doctor. So we got another doctor in here. So EJ, man, you want to toss us some questions? Go ahead, and throw us some. You've been married.
Perspective, yeah.
Give us some perspective.
What's the,
Miss
You
Ma'am,
know,
let me see if I can get Doctor up here. Let's see, there we go. Because I think she wanted to ask some questions.
Well, I don't know if I have any questions, but and I don't even know if this directly relates to marriage, but I was married before, obviously, and Mo, you helped me get through a very trying time. And while I'm laughing now, it wasn't funny then. You know what I'm saying? But that season taught me so much about first of all, not choosing and letting God choose. Because one of the things that when I got married, I remember the Lord spoke to me. I was at the time at TD Jakes Church for a conference that he was doing or something like that. And I remember that man looked at me straight in my face. I think I was sitting on the second row. And he spoke a word of the Lord, and he said, and I knew it was God then, but some people may think that it was just him, but he said, every person that you hold is not intended to be your spouse. And that thing registered with me, but at the same time, I did not heed the wisdom at that point in time because, I was wrestling with, I heard that word, and at the same time, I had given her my word that I was going to marry her. So I got caught in between that complexity of, do I honor my word to a person or do I listen to what the Lord said? And so I would tell anybody on here, if you're looking for any kind of wisdom, above any and everything, obey God.
Yes, 100%. Obedience is. Dr. Tony, welcome into the room. Obedience is way cheaper.
Man, you have no idea. It is a whole lot cheaper.
Yeah, disobedience gonna always cost you something. It will always cost you something. So, meet Dr. EJ.
How you doing, Dr. Tony?
Dr. Holly.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Amazing. And so yeah, man, I appreciate you pulling up and coming up and hanging out with us for a few minutes, man. Hey, feel free to hang around if you got some insight and some wisdom. Feel free.
Well, I think he got some wisdom.
I mean, I know he got wisdom. Yeah, he just dropped something that was dope. Yeah, that's
I'm like, let's
that
talk
guy.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
because
look,
we talked a little
I
bit
do
about
have
that
to
and
go.
we shared our story. Go ahead, EJ.
Well, I do have to go because I got to get ready for seminary for this week. But I love you all dearly. All right,
love you
and
too.
I will start chiming in on Sunday evenings with y'all. I'll carve out time in my calendar.
And I'm still waiting to come out to.
Man, say less. 2025 is that year, okay?
Let's make it happen.
We just got to make sure we don't fly you through in the Republican states. I'm just messing.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
We live in
We live in
yeah.
very, 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 very this color.
Say less. I got you.
And where we live at, we're the 1%. Real talk. If you go to
Real
our
talk.
website, this city's website, and pull up Sellersburg, Indiana.
Wow.
I'm
Hey.
just saying, we the family on the website.
Hey, keep surviving, bro.
right,
Keep
bro.
surviving.
I
Love you,
man.
Lou. See y'all later. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Doctor.
Hi, how y'all doing? I was very obedient, and I actually have questions for you guys.
I'm glad. I'm glad you do because I told her to come in and if she has some, drop some questions on us.
Awesome. I did. I probed some people and was like, what would you, I have this opportunity, this amazing opportunity from this beautiful couple, and a Christian couple at that, who love the Lord.
Sometimes.
I said, but no, I said, definitely just to be able, they've been married, like, and they really are transparent. So I appreciate you guys sharing your time. So,
Yay.
whenever
Have y'all
you're
met?
ready.
Have y'all met?
Not officially, but
Oh.
unofficially.
Not officially.
We followed each
Dr.
other
Holly,
today.
This is my wife,
Yes.
Lou.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Hi, Lou.
Hi.
It's amazing to meet you.
Dr. with A.
Very
Yes.
nice to meet you as well. Absolutely.
Let's see.
So what you got for us?
One of the questions that I have is, how do you handle disagreements or conflicts in your marriage?
What? What is that? Just kidding.
No, that's a good one. It's a good one. That's good.
No, I laugh because we often laugh about this. When we were getting marriage counseling, like before we got married. So his pastor, that was his pastor before we got married, we were in a session, and he said he and his wife have never had any arguments. I'm like, we done had 500 arguments. We ain't even married yet, so I don't know. He the right one to counsel us.
Right.
You know what can he really provide? So anyway, that's kind of our running joke when we talk about conflict. But you know, how do you handle it? We talked a little. We talked a little bit about this last week with Cookie. You know, it's for me today. Okay, so this is. As you know, we've been married for a long time. We've been married 21 years. So the Lou and Mo that we were 21 years ago has evolved, right, over these years, over these decades. One thing that was really important for us in the early stages that we then dropped off along the way, but then we had to pick back up, is not letting things go unresolved. So you can have a conflict. Right, you can have a we all gonna disagree. We're not always gonna be in agreement on everything. But we used to have what we call in our kitchen. Our kitchen table used to be our war table, and it doesn't sound good, but it really was our place where we have our conflict, and we'd sit down, and we would put it all on the table, and to the point where it truly was. Important for us not to let things go unresolved. Don't let them go and fester for days, and there was no like leaving the house and all of that stuff. But
Keep talking.
Oh.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
sorry, you on the screen, so it's like
Keep talking.
okay. Anyway,
See, conflict.
that's not it. Then I just learned I had to put hands on him.
And
then
hold on,
and then
you see me?
resolve the-
Y'all know
that
the safe.
resolves
Y'all know the safe word. You see me blink twice. I'm blinking twice.
You're blinking twice.
But over time, so that's still important. But over time, we lost that. You know, we lost that that intentionality about making sure that we don't let things go unresolved, and things started to go unresolved, right? And so what we had to figure out is how do we then pull all that trash that we then swept up under the rug, how do we pull that out? And it's not easy, but we had to be willing to sit down and do it. Or not even just like, well, it's not like a one-time sitting. It's just, you know, working through it and digging through it and being honest. And I said last week, learning how to fight fair.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Learning how to fight fair, right? And not, you know, leaving those low blows somewhere else, because we can't fight against each other. Even when we're in disagreement, we can't fight against each other. So that's what I was saying.
That's good stuff.
First of all, welcome in Dee, welcome in Miss Cat Bell. Thank y'all all for pulling up. And who was that at the top right here? She said something about Peace Stackhouse 2000. You know, congratulations on you finding in the Lord. That is an amazing, amazing feat. It is the best decision that you will ever make in your life. So, yeah, thank you for coming in, and you are welcome in here. We welcome everybody in here. We just happen to be a Christian couple, but you are always welcome in here, regardless of where your belief is or what you believe and what your belief is. So, welcome in. For me, I think of how do you resolve it. It's the same as she said. It can't be a personal thing. And there was a period where I allowed it to become personal, and once it goes a little bit personal, it's all personal, because now I'm not really listening to what you're saying. I'm not really paying no attention. So you're talking and your mouth is moving, but I am literally zoned out. I'm still just like, yeah, man, I guess I gotta iron my pants for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, goodness. Right. Totally checked out.
I'm not really engaged, but
Yeah.
but I think being able to not allow it to fester and to grow is very, very key. And what normally happens when you have a train wreck is it's a bunch of unresolved issues. And what you end up doing in that train wreck is going back facing all the issues that was unresolved. So it might be something right now, but then now we're gonna go back 6, 8, 10 months ago, and now we got to address that too, because now it's or way back, so it becomes. And one of the things we always say, it's never about the toothpaste.
Right.
It's never, if we're arguing about Crest or Close Up, or if it's gel or squeeze tube, it's never about the toothpaste. There's always a deeper issue.
Absolutely. That's good
Yeah.
stuff. So my next question for you guys is, what are some of the most rewarding aspects of being married? Y'all both smiled at the same time.
Okay, so
I'm just waiting to see what you're gonna say, and then we go. Go ahead.
I mean, for me there is a laundry list of things that's rewarding about being married. Outside of the smecks, that is without being convicted, but the coming home to a loved one. I mean, somebody that's encouraging you, somebody that's motivating you, somebody that's pushing you, somebody that even though sometimes I don't want to hear it, she's saying stuff that I know I need to hear.
Because I'm right. You know I'm right.
And I think just having the unconditional love, the being able to share in God's word, being able to be in it. I mean, like my parents weren't married, so to have a marriage that is that's solid, that's on good ground. Yes, we have our moments, and we had some really bad moments that it was about a wing and a prayer. But to know that you have somebody that's going to be in your corner, that's sticking with you, that loves you unconditionally, that edifies you, that honors you and respects you, is some of the things for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all are so cute.
Well, all of those, 100%. I mean, and honestly, I think just the fact that you just kind of like, he's my dog, like he's good people.
Okay.
I mean,
Simple
just
stuff.
being able to know that all the things that he said, but just kind of watching each other grow.
Yeah, that's
Watching
beautiful.
each other, like we talked about, like watching each other evolve and become who God really called us to be individually, right? And seeing where those areas continue to intersect along the way. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's probably one of them reasons why we together. Yeah, I mean,
And I think, and ask the question again. I just want to make sure that
No problem.
benefits.
What are some of the most rewarding aspects of being married?
Oh yeah, and
And the schmecks without conviction.
smacks without conviction.
That on repeat?
I know I got some amens in there. I know I got some guys in here that they normally don't normally ride with me in here, but I'm pretty sure I can get some amens.
Yeah. Listen, I understand. Trust me.
And then we created. I mean, God brought us together. And we have an amazing son. I mean, that's more than seeing him. Sometimes he act like his mama, and sometimes he act like him. able to just see, he's been able to have that. He never had that week.
That is so funny.
He does act like he a lot.
You're right. Like he mentioned, being able to get past those disagreements. Yeah.
And that's one of the good bits, like that is a good thing when you don't have resentment and anger and all that stuff held up.
Yeah.
It's not a good living space.
Right.
It's definitely not a good living space.
What advice would you guys give to someone considering marriage?
Don't get married. Now,
Lord.
I'm just playing.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of.
Now I would go back to what my man EJ said. You gotta don't marry the person that you cuddle with. I thought that was really amazing.
Yeah,
Just because you cuddle with them don't mean that's the person that you're supposed to marry. And so make sure that you're marrying who God has you to marry.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, you're good. So I'm with you guys. I've actually written down the questions, so you're fine. So yeah, I just want to know the advice.
It's just
advice.
completely distracted. That's all.
Okay.
It's been a long day. We just were in. We were like kind of scrambling because we hadn't. I've been gone all week and was tired and we preached this morning. So we had to run and go grab. It's been a long time. We came and ran back, but the advice of somebody.
Oh, who wanted to marry? Yeah. I mean, I would say it's not about seeking that person that you are marrying, but being more intentional. Welcome from South Dakota. Thank you for pulling up. I say that it's not about trying to prepare yourself for marriage more so than it's about you trying to prepare yourself to be better human being. I wasn't trying to make myself a husband. I was just trying to become a better man. And me becoming a better man, I was able to address a lot of the things that most people don't get a chance to address in my singleness. I was really about digging into changing who I was, because I could just look down the lineage, and if I would stay the same guy that I was, then I would probably be divorced 9 times out of 10, or wouldn't even be married. So I'll say focus on you as an individual, what God has placed in you and purposed you to do, and be about that, so that when you do meet your mate, that you are in a good space, good head space, a good spiritual space, so that you can y'all can go and have a healthy relationship.
Y'all have time for one more question?
Oh, we got time today.
Okay. Okay, good stuff. How do you balance work, family, and personal time together? Because that's an important one. Time.
And again, considering we're in a different space, right? Our child is now an adult. So our time now is trying to find time truly for each other. Which, we were actually talking about this at breakfast this morning, how we have friends around us that our kids are around the same age, but, they were very, very active in sports. Very active. And so we were those sports parents for many years. And so when we weren't working, we were doing sports stuff. And so our lives, our conversations, our travel sometimes all revolved around that. And so as he was getting older, as I said, was getting older, it got to a place where we're like, what do we have to talk about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just tells you where to be and what to do, and you just be
Well,
there.
that too. That's today. But it was really trying to figure out, honestly, what are we gonna have in common? He's grown and he's gone on, and so so like the last couple of years, it's been like, okay, we gotta find some things that are common to us beyond being these sports parents. And so today, again, and I have to reference that because our life, it was what it was. But today, now we have to be real intentional. And sometimes that comes with shutting work off when work needs to be shut off. And it's sometimes a little bit harder for me because I work from home.
Okay.
Shutting that down, right, and letting that be that. But also allowing ourselves to have our own outlets too. So,
That's good.
you know, we got work time, we got individual time, and then we have to make time. Sometimes that's like, okay, let's just the two of us. Like we just went and had breakfast this morning, right? Let's just we can just reconnect. I've been on all week, so even that, just time just to sit down and like literally, I'm like, what you got going on? What's going on with you? We're literally just talking about stuff. And not that we didn't talk while I was gone, but still that same.
It's just kind of hard in the mood, especially this week. We normally talk every day, but this week was a little bit because of her schedule, and I wasn't feeling too well, so I was going to let her in. But I think that it's finding, it's creating those moments like date night. It's very important, and I recognize this very early on in our marriage, right before we got married, that you see people that's married 20, 30, 40 years end up getting divorced. Why? Because here's what happens. Once you have that child, first you're like this. Then you have that child, then it becomes here. So your connection point is only through the child, right? And then once they get 18 and 19 or whenever they leave the house, then we hadn't been working on creating date night at all. So you have two strangers there, and it's like, I don't really know who you are. You really don't know who I am because we wasn't intentional about having date night. And so we was intentional about when he was younger. We had some friends that had sons his age, and we would just drop the boy off over there. And then when they needed their date night, they'd be like, hey, what y'all doing? We dropping our sons off, and we did this all the way up until recently, and we were intentional. Yeah, we was right. What y'all doing? Can the boy come over? We drop him off, and really, like that's how it was, like, and so we were intentional about date night, some of the stuff. Then we had that rocky place where we just wasn't connected at all, but it was like we were still gonna kind of try to do stuff, but since we weren't connected, we really we weren't having no fun, but we was still eventually trying to still do it, and so, and as of like the last, couple of years, we even took some really good vacations. We had traveled and seen some stuff, so it allowed us to connect. And now that he's older, and he's going to be going off to, he's in college now, and he's going to be going off to a different college next year, and he's not going to be at home. We got to find, we got to make sure that we still have to connect on. Because
he is a helicopter dad.
recovery.
Oh my God.
Recovery.
Okay.
Oh, so she didn't know me because I said, hey, you want to go see him at work today? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay.
I don't want to see him. I saw him already.
Okay. But what I would recommend for anybody, get in the journey, what I would recommend for anybody though is to make sure you stay intentional about creating those moments to connect. Whatever that looks like, right? Whatever, if it's just having a car night, having a game night, if it's just having, going out with some friends, just doing something where you can still make that connection. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions about being in a relationship or being married is that we gotta have mutual interest in the things and everything all the time. Like, we don't have to have that. Like, I know there was a time on Saturday mornings, I'm up at 7, when I do that with my daughter. Oh man, yeah, for sure, 100%. Go see her at work. Yeah, go see her at work. But I would get up on Saturday mornings and be out the house to go play a couple hours of basketball. I'm not expecting her to be the supportive wife and like, oh baby, I'm gonna get out of bed and come with you at 7 o'clock in the morning and sit in the gym for 2 hours just to watch you play basketball. I mean, no, I don't expect that. You know, now if she wanted to do it, she's more than welcome to get up. But I'm not gonna wake her up and ask her to go. You know, so I would that means we have to step a game up. Make sure that I'm out there.
Oh my goodness. Like my wife is coming. Hold on, let me make sure I got my A game off.
Right.
Right.
Like, come in, coach.
Hey, I'm sitting on the sideline dying, but I got to be playing because I can't look bad in front of her.
Yeah.
I done played
Oh, that
16
is too
games,
funny.
leg all messed up, everything.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is too funny. I love it.
Yeah, I think that being able to, have youth, and there's some things that we do, like we play pickleball. We haven't played in a while because she hurt her foot, and so picking up new things like pickleball, picking up. We like to play cards, like we get on that spade table and we running them. You can catch these hands in spades. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all be talking trash to each other.
You do it virtually. You in the room right now.
I love it. That is
Hey, we're both former athletes, so losing is not an option. Even though
right.
we took an L. We lost our first spade game as a couple in years.
Oh my goodness.
A couple of months ago. Like
Oh,
we
wow.
lost in years. Uno, we got Uno that you push the button that spit the cards out.
Okay.
We got we play bones.
Wow.
You got some jacks back there. You gonna play jacks?
Wow. Y'all got it all.
What we doing? What we doing? We go.
Listen.
What
Y'all doing it all.
It's one of those things where you gotta just you gotta just find ways to make those connections. And sometimes it's not the normal. It's not the normal thing. If you want to keep it healthy, you know what I'm saying? Especially people who are dating, who are looking at dating that's older. Most of y'all kids are older, right?
Right.
And I'm sure that nobody here is going back to diapers.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking.
You know, my kids are 28 and 25. Yeah.
And so you gotta already have those things to create that connection,
Yeah.
create the communication.
Very important.
Yeah. Very important.
So what do you wish you had known about marriage before you got married?
How to be a husband for me. No, I wouldn't even. So here's the thing. To be honest, I didn't think one woman could hold me down.
Okay, that's fair. But I was
so
curious
marriage,
if she's still here. Here you
so
go.
marriage wasn't a question for me. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
didn't see healthy marriage. I didn't see positive marriage. So everybody that I knew that was married they had side pieces. You know.
Okay.
So to me, marriage was like, why do that? Why do that? Because if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just not get married. Why have to bringing somebody into my foolishness? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't have no good examples of a husband, and I say this a lot. Like, my dad was an amazing dad, so I had a great example. So I know how to be a father. I know how to be a dad. I didn't learn how to be a husband until my late 20s when I got around my mentor and some of my church folk that was able to show me some stuff. And so that helped me then start saying, oh, okay, this is what a husband does. But when you don't have examples, how do you know?
Exactly.
Wasn't my thing, so marriage wasn't it. I didn't see myself getting married because honestly, before I met her and got married, I was like, why do you need a wife? You need a wife to procreate. Okay, I could go adopt kids, and I could be good because in my mind, that's why I was like, if she's just gonna be there to produce kids, then I can go adopt me some kids, and I ain't gotta have the headache. Air quotes.
It's the air quotes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Because I don't want her to think I'm talking about her as a headache. So my air quote.
Right. It's okay.
Air quote is like headache. Women they wasn't actually wasn't headache.
This is why I laugh all the time.
I bet. I bet. She's like, I'm just honey.
Right, Steve. That's so funny.
What?
I know it ain't just me. Is my business giving the palm to the face?
Yes.
Listen. Boy, they be leaving me out. Boy,
They do. They do.
leaving me out. Right.
Listen, they're gonna hold you accountable. You hear what you're saying?
They'll be rolling.
But the question was, because I had to go back to the conference, because he said, you know, it's going to change and change and change and change and change. And honestly, I agree with that. I think, you know, really kind of, if I could go back, somebody could say, you know what, just know that y'all gonna evolve, y'all gonna be different.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, just like him. I mean, I didn't have a lot of examples of good healthy men. So you don't know. You don't know what being a wife is like. But you also, you know, I don't remember who it was. Somebody said, you know, you seem looks like you guys were adults. I mean, technically my son is an adult at 19, right? But it don't
Right.
mean that you got it all together. You got all the answers.
Absolutely
And even
not.
though we did got married a little later than most because we were
Right.
30, right, when we got married,
Okay.
that we didn't have it all figured out. Definitely as
Yeah.
a marriage,
Exactly.
you know. So, you know, I don't know. Just, I think some good advice that we were given is don't try to what you consider a wife or a husband. Just be, right, just.
Sam said I didn't. That's what I realized I didn't. That I was going to change. Yeah, that's you got to factor that in because think about who you are now. That's who you are. 5 years from today, you're not going to be that same person.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Definitely
mean?
not in 10 years. Like,
Yeah. And so you got. But if you're not trained on knowing how that you're going to change, that's a conflict because I might still think I need to, need to see her back here. And then,
and we do that.
You know,
that's
that's
a lot of the
reality.
conflict.
Yeah.
Is that we hold each other hostage to who we were when we were dating or when we first met, right? Like, so you hold them because you want to keep them in that, like, what you did when you got married, what you got to do.
Yeah.
There is something
Right.
to that. There is something to that.
Yeah.
But there's also some, other truth that says, I don't even like some of the stuff I used to like. Stuff that just
I
don't
can't-
interest me.
And I think I can be transparent because that's one of the things. My ex-husband and I have an amazing relationship. We do have 2 children. We are family, and we've known each other for 30 years. And so we were married, for a very long time. And so within that, our kids saw us being married, husband and wife, as a family. This is all they know. And so I think just the impact of that, growing as parents and different things like that, that is a factor. For me, to what you guys are saying about changing and the impact of life happening. You don't know what you know. And he and I were having a conversation about that, and I was like, I wish someone had a better prepared us for grief. Because he and I went through where he lost his mom to cancer, and I lost my father to cancer. We were no earthly good to each other. So we realized some things that happened that caused us to shift. But in addition to what you guys were saying earlier about you are parents, you're career driven, you're focused, and you're trying to find your grind. But when your kids get older and you're becoming empty nesters, now you need to find out who you guys are as husband and wife. We didn't get that chance.
Yes.
We didn't get that chance. So we did. We had that healthy conversation. And those are the things that you take into your future. And so to God be the glory. The gentleman that I am talking to now, he gets the assignment. You know, it's not, you know. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Like, oh, I gotta go do something with the something. I'm like, oh, like, what?
I do.
Between the words.
Yeah, I do. But you know, I've been very intentional about my process. We are. You know, it's just being intentional about the process and, you know, being selective and everything and growing from the things that you've learned too. You know, you don't stay stuck. You know, you become better. That's the hope and the desire, and the fact that we can communicate it out there. So that's amazing.
What up, Red Tate? Welcome in.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
For having somebody who understands the assignment.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad you said that because, yeah, a couple of weeks ago when you said we making salads, I'm like, you know.
I was like, okay, bye, Pastor. I clicked the live off. I was like, listen, because other people is listening, and Pastor caught that, and I don't need nobody to be catching stuff. What's this we stuff?
I'm trained to hear that stuff.
That is too funny. But I drop nuggets. I'm a very private person. So, and social medias can be very invasive. So I like to share what I like to share in this space of being, you know, single. But then also give what I need to give from the servanthood aspect when I need to give it. But yeah, I try to be limited. I'm a personal person.
If I can ask, how long
Yes.
have you been married?
So my ex-husband and I were married 20 years.
Okay, so you can completely relate to what we're saying.
Yes,
From the
I can.
perspective of changing, right? Like that's 2 decades of being with somebody.
Absolutely.
And
It's-
whatever
we
you
changed.
were, it's just not gonna be the same.
You're not gonna be the
It's not gonna handle things the same.
No.
Cause I swear, when I crossed that half-century mark, like a lot of stuff that used to bother me, that used to like,
Right.
so like even when we talk about conflict, I'm like, ain't nobody got time to be arguing. Ain't gonna be arguing.
No.
Ain't gonna be arguing.
At all. Yes.
Right?
It's
So I just lay me.
You just lay
As
hands
I
on the
pray
pray
for you.
But
But
too cute.
yeah, I'm like, I ain't got time. So,
Yeah.
but
That's a perspective.
2 decades ago, we can ring on that. That's what we need
Yeah.
to take.
Yeah.
Good evening.
That's it.
Yeah.
For me, thank you for coming in.
Hi, eyes.
Eyes.
How eyes?
So yeah, I think that this longevity comes with change. That you have to be adaptable. You have to be flexible. There's some things that you gotta hold on to. There's some things that do you win the war and lose the battle, or do you win the battle and win the war? It's a give and take on some of that. Sometimes you gotta lose on your end and discharge it to the game, and lose that on your end in order to gain the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Some people are just not.
Sometimes the loss is the game.
Yeah, sometimes the loss is the game, and you have to be willing to be able to take that without taking it personally.
Absolutely.
A lot of it is the moment you get into that personal space, and I start getting offended, it's very tough. It's very tough and difficult.
That's a good question, man. Mrs. Ball, today I'm having a question for you.
Yeah, sorry. Never lose yourself in your marriage. You know, I think there was a short period of time, man, when I felt like I did. You know, it was, yeah, it was a short period of time after we had our son. It was just kind of the whirlwind of being a new mom. You know, I was a business owner, trying to be a wife, doing all the things, but just not, just feeling like I was in a whirlwind. And you could stay in that whirlwind for quite a while, right? And that's where I felt like if I didn't just kind of stop the spinning, then maybe I feel like it would have gone longer of losing myself, but it didn't last very long. And again, I think it's because we've been able to, I've always known he's supportive. He's very supportive of me. But even in that, like, I still needed my own, like, because I'm so driven. I really am. So driven. And so I didn't know what to do in this space. Well, then I added more to my plate. I got my master's degree and really thought I was losing my mind. But it was a part of me having my own, just me. And I was thinking for me, right? Not for him.
The personal
Yeah.
touch.
And I think that's when I started, that's when kind of the spinning whirlwind stopped. It was a different kind of whirlwind, but it was not the one that I was in. And that.
And I can say I don't. A guy spinning is a lot different. Being in there. And now, but even in our moments of conflict or whatever, even if she was spinning and she was still doing something, I was still riding. You know what I mean? Like I was still in there making sure. Okay, she's working late at night. Let me cook dinner. She's doing this. You know, whatever it was to make sure that it was even though we might have been bumping heads, I was still trying to. I wasn't like, oh, hell her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she fix it out.
It ain't even always. So I interpret Graham the fantastic.
Of losing yourself.
Yeah, because it wasn't even about us.
Yeah.
It wasn't about any conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even about anything going wrong with us. It was just where I was mentally.
And I lost myself, and it's hard as a male when you lose yourself, because I lost who I was.
I think, to be honest, I think that was almost the beginning of me losing myself, because
Okay.
when you lost like your identity, like then I'm trying to compensate in a sense.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm
Yeah.
feeling him being a little lost and, you know, all over the place. And I felt like I had to compensate, which wasn't really that ain't how we were, right? Like, so.
Exactly.
But it was nothing that she could help me with.
Right.
Nothing.
It was what
It's your thing. It was your thing. Yeah.
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 And I say it is easy to lose yourself in your marriage. And it wasn't that I lost myself in my marriage. I lost who I was.
Who you were.
And that's different when you start to lose who you are,
You.
and then you're coming back into this marriage, and you lose that sense of identity, and just said like, but I lost it. I lost myself out here. I didn't lose myself in the marriage. I lost myself out here and came back into the marriage lost, and trying to figure out those pieces, because the situation that I was in, as far as the job and everything like that, stripped me all the way down. And she used to say, "You're not the guy that I married," and I'm like, "I am." Off of image. And because I was basing it off of image, I still look the same. And so if I'm looking at myself, I think I see something that's not really there. But she sees, because she's on the outside, she sees something.
Absolutely.
And so it took a minute for me to kind of put the pieces back together. And it was tough, because anytime you're trying to change yourself, if you are in an environment that does not allow that person to grow, then you grow into that person that you don't want to become.
Absolutely.
So I had to remove myself out of that particular space. But when I got it back, though, I was a thug. I was gangster. Because I lost my voice. Like, I completely lost my voice as a man, and when you lose your voice as a man,
Oh yeah.
and you're trying to show up and you have no voice. Then when I got it back, I was OG. I was ready to throw hands with everybody. Everybody.
But I think that's a little bit, like, I think it's a little bit of a misconception of losing yourself in the marriage. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
but the reality is it's not for us. So it may be different for some. We lost our, because again, remember, I was talking about our individuality as well.
Right.
And as he was explaining to me as well, like, it's like, it really was more outside of her. It wasn't really
Gotcha.
it was us inside our marriage that caused us to start losing who we were. We just lost bits and pieces of, I think, who and how we identified ourselves with. And then it can manifest itself a bit in the marriage that he lost. Like again, when he's losing his confidence,
Exactly.
and he won't make a decision, right? And then it's like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it's like, what in the world? What is going on? And so it begins to manifest itself in there. But it wasn't the marriage that was pulling us, into these weird spaces.
Exactly.
And I think
I love that.
we both came in solid with understanding who we were outside of marriage before we got married. Like, I was
Okay.
Very
Individually,
confident.
you know who you were.
I was
Okay.
confident who I was, and she was confident who she was. I think if you're coming into that space, you're coming into a marriage, and you're still struggling with that, and then you're taking on the image and perception or projecting what you believe marriage should be onto yourself. It's easy to lose yourself in the marriage. But when you have a clear understanding of who you are, I think it's then stuff that kind of strips you down
Yeah.
in that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Y'all really answered, like y'all segued into another question that I had. Like it really connected because it was, how do you maintain your individuality while being a part of a couple? And like it's kind of part. So that's interesting that you guys was like, we were here, we got here, and we had to come here, and being able to acknowledge that it wasn't the marriage, but it was you individually having your own personal struggles, but you were able to overcome those and come back and strengthen the marriage. So that's that's really really good.
And finding things that that individually makes you feel good.
Yeah, very important.
So you don't lose yourself. Like I have been encouraging her for years to get active in her sorority, and she would be like, "Oh, okay, just kind of whatever." But then she, you know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't important, and now then it came.
It's always important.
I mean,
It was
okay,
not a priority.
okay,
Just
it was not
right.
priority. So, but it became, now she's active, really active in her sorority. So, and that's an individual thing that she does for her. It don't have anything to do with me.
Yeah.
And I have my stuff that I do that I'm over here and I'm doing my stuff, and sometimes they collide. Sometimes the service of what I do collides with the service of what she does, but we're going to always do service together as well. So
I love that. Okay.
About 10 minutes.
so she said we're going to wrap it up in 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
I appreciate. Well, if that's the case, I have one last question for y'all that can hold y'all over. So what would you say, what role does communication play in your marriage, and how do you ensure that your communication stays strong? So it's two-piece. It's a two-piecer. What role does communication play, and how do you ensure that communication stays strong in your marriage?
Thank you.
Thank you. Communication is key. I mean, it's in any relationship, right? I mean, there is not a relationship you can have that's healthy and not have good communication. how do we ensure? I think it goes back to several things that we've said, just about being intentional. I mean, like, even when we, again, disagree, I think, again, we're just trying to find the humor in a lot of things, and just
I love that.
taking so
Finding the
much
humor.
stuff so serious, right? Like,
Yes.
everything, we done been together all this time. We know that it's not the end of the world, right? We're gonna disagree, and it's okay. But we have this thing right now, and I think it came from like a reel or a TikTok or something. I don't even know. But it was this thing he sent me, and it's really funny. But the guy was like, "How I feel when my wife tell me I'm right," like, and then he was just like, "Oh, dramatic and all." So now, every other moment, like, we have them at least once a day.
Yeah.
So he's like, she never admits that he was right. So she said, "You're right." And he called his homeboy. He put it on the calendar. He marked the day. It's like, yo, he took a picture of the calendar just
Oh
to
my gosh.
So this morning, we at the stoplight. I take this road every morning.
I take the road sometimes too. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Sometimes I take it every morning, and sometimes so it's
I
two
know
different.
you take it every morning.
So they moved the line back at the turning line, right? And they moved it back. So she's like, "You need to go up there and
Where the fellas at?
to the line to turn." And I'm like, "No, this is the line."
I didn't even say that.
You
See,
did.
communication. So part of communication is
I said, no,
making sure that we listen.
See.
That we listen.
And we don't judge, but
Oh Lord.
so I was like, "No, they moved the line back." And she was like, "No, I think the line is up there."
It did not even happen like that.
So
It
we
did
turned.
not even happen like that. All I said was, see, because okay, so this is great. Because this is what we're going to spend these next 7 minutes talking about.
Yes.
Is because, like, seriously, we talk about communication. And sometimes our own internal struggles,
Yes.
sometimes we'll have a conversation going on
Absolutely.
in our own conscious or subconscious, I should say, that ain't even happening. And so you entering into this conversation with somebody, i.e. your wife, and you having like this whole dialogue that went on. I'm gonna tell y'all, for real. Yes, we came up to this line. First of all, I don't know you travel this way every day because I'm not with you in the car in the morning. I don't know. I travel that way too, not every day. But I know they did some construction. I wasn't paying attention. And I didn't realize that there was a line on the road, right? All I said was, I said, you know that the line is up there. He was like, the line is where I am. But I couldn't see the line because he was on the line, so I didn't know. I was like, okay. And so, but he interpreted, that's all I said, y'all.
That's it.
I did. Did I not look out the window? I'm looking for the line now.
I don't
I
find the
ain't
line.
saying nothing. But you hear all of what he just heard.
Yes.
He didn't heard me say, you're supposed to. I didn't say any of that. But so, like,
That's
fast
too
forward.
funny.
Now we turn. I see the line, and I was like, oh, okay. I see. And I said, oh, that did make sense that they would have moved the line back because it's like a really weird kind of turn. And he's sitting there smirking, and I said, you wait for me to tell you was right. I said, I ain't doing it.
Oh, he was right.
But I was though.
I ain't doing it.
Oh, that is too funny. Like, this is not the moment, sir. This
But
is
I
not the
was
moment.
right.
But that's fine.
Oh, that is too
I just
funny.
wasn't gonna tell you you were right.
And it's okay.
So,
In that moment, she said you wasn't gonna tell.
So get over it. Let's go have
She in
breakfast.
that moment.
So, but it's the fun. Sometimes it's just being able to have these moments
I love it.
and
Thank
laugh
you.
about them. Because you
Yes.
were right.
I love it. I love it. Finding the humor
You're right.
in things. I love that.
And-
Thank you
and
guys
I
so
think
much for
that,
your time.
It's very important though. It is that if you're talking apples and apples or you're talking apples and oranges, that you find what works with you, because all the conversations that we have are not always good conversations. Sometimes you gotta
Absolutely.
have
Absolutely.
some tough conversations.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
if you're having a tough conversation, ID, appreciate you, man, for
Night,
pulling
D.
up. And being able, if you're able to have those soft conversations and those again, all the stuff that's hooked to the train, that when you got to have those tough conversations, then it's not as hard. But if you're having struggles back here talking about all this other stuff, and you're arguing about toothpaste and you know, like all that stuff, having those tough conversations are going to be very, very difficult because you can't even talk about the simple stuff.
Yeah.
And this is and we're still learning, you know what I'm saying? These are bricks, Lego bricks that are still being put down as we still learning to build and develop, because as we grow into some of the things that God is calling us into next year, we're going to have to have you know, even better communication, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because he's
My
calling us
my grandparents would tell y'all that they were married for 66 years before my grandmother passed. And whenever you would ask them how, like what made y'all, you wanted like this big grand, you know, answer, and they was like, girl, one day at a time. They would all, you know, one day at a time. Like we just choose to show up for each other one day at a time. And I can tell you that one of the things that was the pride and joy was they were in that prayer closet together every night at 9 p.m. without fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And that just, those little small things that just make such a difference. So, but I thank y'all so much. I love this
Thank
time
you.
spending it with you
This was
guys. Thank
fun.
you. It was fun.
Yes,
Thank you. So
thank
much
y'all
for
for hanging out
answering my
with us.
questions.
You know, we will be
Absolutely.
back next Sunday. Yeah, okay. Yeah, next Sunday we'll be back. Feel free to come back up and hang out with us. And thank everybody who came in. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for pulling up and hanging out. We know that y'all, again, I'm always honored and humbled anytime anybody takes time out of their day to come and pull up with us. And it blesses me. Thank Doctor, because she
Yes.
questions.
Doctor.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And we appreciate her
With
coming
the A.
in, and we appreciate everybody who's in,
Thank you.
who's in there, who
Sam.
gave
Love you.
gifts. We really appreciate it. We thank you for all the follows. Again, y'all go follow her at Lou Ball. At Lou Ball.
Luball.
Yeah, Louball.
Thank you.
With that being said, we love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Love you, Bo.
Love you.
Okay.
See you next week.
All right.
See ya.